I actually got started in genotyping many years ago when we were using microsatellite markers, and then we moved to SNP markers, and so I actually have a fair bit of experience in that area. And so really what I wanted to do with this technology, knowing that genotyping is actually pretty straightforward and pretty simple, is to be able to put together and get information that scientists have already gathered and put together a tool for livestock community to use at a very inexpensive price. So what we do is we've taken all of the information that scientists have published, as well as some of the other tools that scientists have put out there. And specifically what we're doing is the application for sheep. And so we put that information together, as well as we do have some discovery SNPs on there. And then we provide that tool to a number of producers. Pretty much anybody can purchase it, and it's purchased through Superior Farms, though, which is a co-op group. And they can purchase those tools. They can get disease markers back, they can get parentage information back, and we do have some discovery SNPs on there, and so we ask them for a little bit of information, and as they get their information, hopefully we can find new markers and new SNPs to help producers make better and earlier production selections to help them be profitable. It's really beneficial for us to be in contact with those producers so we know what problems they need addressing, so we know what tools we can help them with. So if we don't know what problems they are encountering, what diseases they're encountering, then it's pretty hard for us to help them. And there's a lot of tools out there. There's information from the human genetics world and the mouse genetics world, and there's a lot of information that really needs to be translated back to the producers so that they can make important financial decisions so that they can remain profitable in the production system that they're in. There are a lot of alternative technologies, and there's a lot of great technologies. The one thing that this technology is very inexpensive. And so when producers are looking at, making these purchases, especially for a production system, those costs add up to them very, very quickly. And so the thing about a lot of the other technologies that are great is they're a lot more expensive. And so this technology is both flexible and it is very cost effective. And so it's great for us to be able to use this technology and give back to the producers the kind of information that can make important decisions for them and help them become profitable or remain profitable and sustaining their farm lifestyle. It can be a very powerful tool, but you do have to do a little bit of homework and you do have to do a little bit of research, and I'm sure the Fisher team would be more than happy to help with some of that, but you really have to know what it is that your goal is, what the sequences are that you're trying to genotype and what those targets are, and you do have to do a little bit of bioinformatics homework that way just to make sure that you end up with a good product. But the Thermo Fisher group has been very great in helping with that kind of thing. So if that's not your area of expertise, that's okay. I think you just need to communicate what it is that you need to do with those team members, and they can help you get there. So SNPs that are in promoter regions, that are in cancer regions, and really just trying to understand how these SNPs actually affect and these changes in the nucleotides actually affect the biology and the phenotypes that people are either trying to select for or select against. Another new thing that is really up and coming is trying to really understand methylation, and I'm sure that sequencing can actually be used to detect methylation. I know that there's a lot of people trying to do that right now. So I think if you can combine a couple of these different tools, then you can really get a lot of information